never got signed. You know, so that of course that's me on my part, but just a hopefully this video is going to help somebody else. Not go through the things that I went through. Um, what's the number of dogs that you're willing to own? You know, do you have room enough for 2 dogs? Do you have room enough for 4 dogs? You know, how do you want your business to grow? Do you want to start off with, a female and then get a stud and then, keep a pup off the litter and then grow like that? Or you want to start with a male and then get a female and then, the two come along and then you keep a pup off, or, just know what's the maximum number of dogs that you can have within your space. Do you live in a house? Do you live in an apartment? All right. Do you have a fenced in yard? These are things to consider to know your dynamic. Are you making enough money to feed 3 dogs? Excuse me, to feed 3 dogs? Do you want to clean up behind 3 dogs? You're still going to be picking up a lot of poop. Either way it goes. Hopefully it's in the right spot when you're picking it up. So these are all things to consider. Okay. Um, and don't bite off more than you can chew. All right. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Don't spend more money than you have. Maybe, you see this nice, beautiful dog and they say, hey, I want 6 grand for her. And, she's a beautiful dog. Look at it. Who can say no to that? But your budget is 3,500. Now you can try to talk them down. Hey, excuse me. Hey, my budget's 35. I know you said 6. Will you take 35? Well, no, I won't take anything less than 45. Or do you have the ability to flex up to 45? Is 35 the limit? Know your money, your situation. Are you willing to make payments? Are they willing to take payments? If they say, I need this to hold the dog, and then the rest is due when you pick the dog up at 8 weeks, 10 weeks, maybe 14 weeks, depending on um, what you got going, or what the breeder has going as well. Just um, don't get more dogs than you can take care of. At the end of the day, because there's a term or a saying, they eat you out of house and home. A dog can literally eat you out of house and home. You may have to make a decision. Am I gonna feed myself or I'm gonna feed the dogs? You know, when you're broke, the dogs are broke with you. You know, it can definitely be a scary situation, and that's why you always want to try to get ahead. When you're up, or when you have money, when it's payday, whether you need dog food or not, just go buy some dog food. Get ahead. Even if you got a fresh bag, you still got half a bag left. A bag lasts you 2 weeks. You get paid every 2 weeks. A bag lasts you say 3 weeks, and you get paid every 2 weeks. Just go buy another bag of dog food. To get ahead of it. You're gonna need it. You're always gonna need dog food. Why not go buy another bag? Or if you're feeding raw, go buy some more chicken quarters. Go buy some more sweet potatoes. Whatever it is you're feeding. All right, just try to stay ahead of it. Um, but just count the costs at the end of the day, man. Know how much you're going to spend on the dog, how much it's going to cost to maintain the dog. All right, vet visits. If some God forbid happens to a dog, you got to take it to the vet. Um, shots, paperwork, all these things. You have to take into consideration. Is more being a breeder is more than just owning a dog and putting 2 dogs together. At the end of the day, C sections, you know, whelping, puppy food, all this stuff, man. Oxygen machine, all this stuff costs money. So you just know how much you are willing to spend, and really, is this something that you want to do? Because, like I said, you're not going to make any money that first 2 years. All right, so say you buy a dog for 3,500. You bought a female for 3,500. Um, You got to feed it for 2 years. How many thousands of dollars is that? You know, vet visits, shots, and all of that. You progesterone testing. Got to get a stud, all of that. How much money is that, man? That's tens of thousands of dollars that you're at, just off of one dog. Now times that by two. You know, this is. Are you willing to go into that debt? Not really going into debt, so to speak, but your company, you're in the black. You're negative. You spend, you spend, you spend, and you spend, and you spend, but you haven't gained any money yet. You haven't sold a product. Because what's your product? Your product is the puppies. Okay, unless you're good at pulling, a stud. You can sell that service, or maybe you got a PG machine or something like that. Those are different ways that you can try to make some money in the between time. But your main commodity, which is puppies, you're not going to see a dime for that for the first couple of years. Okay. Last section. Put in the work to train your dog. Okay. You got to put in the work to train your dog. You know, different dogs have different uh, personalities, different levels of understanding. Some dogs are smarter than others. At the end of the day, you got to be the alpha to your dog. All right, they have to know that you are, the man that you mean business, and that when you tell them to go, they need to go. When you tell them to sit, they need to sit, and they need to be obedient. All right, and that doesn't come overnight. You got to put the work in. You got to be the one to get those dogs in order the way that you need them to be in order. So if a dog's, you had the dog since they were, 8 weeks, and now the dog's 8 months and it's still chewing on stuff, well, it's your fault because the dog is well enough, old enough to know not to do that. But you somewhere along the way you allowed it. You allowed that behavior. So now the dog is running the house. You can't let the dog just run you. Okay, if the dog doesn't respect you and they think that they're the alpha, they're the leader, they're just gonna run over you. All right, you have to be the alpha to your dog. With teaching simple commands, treats, things of that nature, potty training, that's all on you. All right. Now you can pay someone. You can definitely do that and outsource that. But eventually, you're going to have to take that same training. You're going to have to be the one that tells them, come, sit, heal, things of that nature. But that's really all I wanted to get into. Hopefully, you learn something when you watch this video. If there's any suggestions that you may have on another video, I'll gladly take it. Again, my Instagram is in the description. If you want a consultation, if you want anything, any one of my services, all of them are in the description. Just let me know. I'll be happy to help. And again, y'all have a good rest of your day.